This book is changing my life as we speak. As you all know, I was a fashion designer who was showing her work online until I couldn't take it anymore. Fashion design burnt me out, but not for the reasons that you think. I was burnt out and uninspired because I never took any breaks throughout my day to experience life. I would spend my days sewing or editing and be inside all day. I lost the fun and creativity to fashion design, and I kept putting work out for the sake of content, and I lost the spark of creating because I was truly uninspired. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do really about this space. I'm trying to figure that out. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think I should do about the space? Should I still keep it the same? I was kind of thinking of converting it into a more crafty corner, but I don't know what to do about the industrial machine because I have a home sewing machine. Now I'm debating if I should get that fixed up and sell it. As you guys all know, I did decide to change careers, so I'm no longer going to be focusing on fashion design. I still kind of want to do sewing more for me though. I don't know if I'll ever come back to fashion design in the future. I mean, maybe, but right now I just know that I want to focus on finding myself creatively again. I kind of found myself in a rut when it came to creativity. For a while now, it felt like I was just making things, but I wasn't actually creating something. And so I was just making things all for the purpose just to be able to show up and say, hey, I made something. I think that when you come from that space, it kind of burns you out really fast. And so something that I want to do now that I'm in this liminal space, I want to kind of use this more as a self-discovery chapter. I am actually going to be starting The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So basically, it's supposed to be like a book that's supposed to help you rediscover your true creativity. She believes that we are all creative beings, which is I also believe too. It's supposed to help kind of rediscover that part of you that's creative that you lost along the way. That is something that I am in need of because I kind of honestly feel like I just haven't been able to really tap into that creativity again. And not only that, but I feel like I haven't really just been living. I feel like I've been surviving a lot, and so I need to step out of that energy. This is how I believe I'm going to do it, a week by week process, but that's why I'm going to be documenting the entire process, all 12 weeks. I'm basically going to be documenting that journey and seeing where it takes me, because I just feel like I have been in a creative rut for a while and I just want to be able to tap back into that. And so I think this is a really great way of doing it. The book just kept coming up on my For You page. Honestly, whenever just something just keeps coming up on your For You page, I always take it as a sign. Maybe this is something I need to look into. And so I think this is what I feel like I need to do right now, especially because I'm in this transition phase from going from a career to suddenly now having this time to kind of just explore and to do what I want. I do feel like this is definitely the time to just focus more on discovering more of who I am. That's what I'm hoping to do though. That's one of my goals with this book, is that it helps me rediscover the part of me that used to be very playful. It kind of got lost along the way. The Artist's Way, it's more of a spiritual practice more than anything. It's not religious in the sense that people would think it is. It's not. It's a spiritual practice, and that's the reason why I was okay, maybe this is something I need, because I have been in need of being able to kind of tap into that again. One of my other goals with this book is that I'm hoping that it can also help me with my content creation. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I hope that it can just help me to tap into that. The thing about the artist's way, I have noticed a surge in productivity from working on my morning pages. It has allowed me to stay present. It kept popping up on my feed, so that's why I'm giving it a try. When you are going through transitions in life, the most important thing we can do is get to know the person we are becoming, because that is how we embrace change. Change can feel overwhelming, and maybe because of these life transitions we feel lost. And if there's anything, this is the perfect opportunity to rediscover your creativity. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when grabbing this book. I've always considered myself a pretty self-aware person. However, after doing the morning pages for a few days, I can already tell they are actually helping me live a more present life and not be so much in my head. Creativity is often found by getting real with ourselves, allowing ourselves to explore and to experience in the present moment. That is where the true inspiration is found. It is actually day one of me doing the morning pages. So technically, even though yesterday was like the first day that I sat down and like I was reading in detail, today was the first day that I did the morning pages. I was a little bit like, I don't want to say skeptic, but like I was more like, I don't know if this is going to work for me because I'm someone who has always been highly self aware. And when I tell you that the moment I did the morning pages, I actually ended up realizing how much I have been neglecting my inner child, my own inner child's happiness. And that for that to come on the first day, I feel like that's saying a lot. Like it was kind of like a humbling experience. I could tell like she just wants to come out through, dressing up and like taking care of my physical appearance, and she just wants to look cute. I have not really been doing that for myself ever since COVID hit. I pretty much stopped like focusing so much on like dressing up and everything because I mean like we were on lockdown. I was in a relationship and I noticed that in that relationship I was not dressing as much and I started to dress down, and that just kind of continued ever since, and I just haven't been able to get back to that girl that like would just dress up to dress up, or she would just do her makeup to do makeup. That was like one of the things that I noticed that came alive when I actually started pursuing fashion design. I want to be able to tap back into that energy. And so today, I genuinely just focused on trying to get a little bit dressed, trying to do things for myself. I think even if I'm not going anywhere, I think just like putting in the little extra bit of effort I feel put together, it definitely changes up the energy a lot. My eating habits, I feel like they're changing right now. I'm learning how to take care of my body like physically, not just like appearance wise. I like actually like take care of it with my health. I'm also starting to kind of get used to my workout routine. It's something that I'm starting to enjoy. I'm also noticing I'm enjoying Pilates a lot. That's something that's been helping me too. It's been helping me change like how I look at working out and taking care of myself physically and just like lifestyle in general. Yeah, like those are the things that I'm starting to do, but now I can see like, okay, my inner child, she wants to come out and she wants to have fun. And so I think to some extent when I was like dressing up and like, like just putting outfits together, she was allowing herself to play. I think for me, myself growing up, I didn't really get to do that a lot. I came from a one income household. We didn't have a lot of money. So we had to always make it work. My mom, she would always have to shop in like Los Callejones, where that's where she would mainly get her clothes, because it wasn't just me, it was my other two siblings too. For me, like I didn't really get a choice how I could dress until I basically got to like high school. And even then, like it was very limited. Yeah, my mom, she would take me to like Forever 21, but it was like, it would maybe be like one thing, but mainly it was just clothes that I had like before. I pretty much had to make it last until high school, but it was until I got to college that I was finally able to start exploring like what my style was. I started to gravitate towards different things. That's when I also started developing an interest in Pinterest. That just kind of like came together. It helped me put my outfits together and stuff. So that's something that I just want to get back into because I pretty much lost it along the way. It is true what they say that when you're surrounded by people who either judge you for overdressing or they don't feel comfortable themselves and they see you trying, to look put together, to look nice, when they see you, just allowing yourself to shine and they're not ready for that, sometimes it can be hard. That can sometimes cause you to retreat back and not do the things that you want to do. I think that that's what happened to me, because it wasn't just because of the relationship that I was in, but it's also like the people that I was surrounded by, my current siblings, and just in general my mom too. My mom never really developed really great self-care habits. That is something that I have struggled with myself, and only up until now am I starting to regain momentum of what that is. I've been learning how to do self-care since I was like 27. I didn't learn about this until I was like 27. I kind of fell off because I went through a few experiences, and then I pretty much have mainly been busy surviving, and I think that's why it has just been a up and down journey when it comes to like me taking care of myself, me making sure that I feel like I'm taking care of myself and I feel nourished and I feel fulfilled and happy. I could tell this is gonna be an era of self-care for sure. And I wouldn't have realized that if I hadn't done the morning pages. This is like, I guess, like the way like it's gonna start unleashing my creativity. I just didn't think it was gonna be through clothes. Who would have thought? It's like very exciting to see like what are the little things that are gonna come up. I'm actually getting ready to do one of the activities for the week. Basically, because I started my morning pages today, I'm gonna basically start my week in the middle of the week. But it's okay, it's fine. Basically, yeah, we're just gonna start with one of the tasks activities from the book. And like I said, even though I'm not going anywhere, I'm still cute because I deserve to be cute. The Artist's Way has been a reminder that it is important to allow ourselves to not doubt our creativity, but rather to embrace it. And that's exactly what this book helps us do. It helps us discover or rediscover parts of ourselves we have shut out due to everyday obligations, trauma, or just because we were told our creativity didn't matter. It has activities that allows us to really dig deep into what caused us to have a creative block. And I believe everyone would be more creative if we could uncover our creative blocks more. We are going to be making a matcha latte for our artist date. Okay, for our artist date, I just wasn't feeling like a full on like I'm gonna get ready to go out because I woke up super late. I woke up at 10. And then by the time I realized it was like 1 p.m. and I also do have to edit my YouTube video. So by the time this comes out, my other YouTube video that I'm currently editing, that'll be out. So I need to focus on pushing that out first. And so I decided I'm gonna do like a little cute balcony date because there's nothing like a cute balcony date where you just get to be creative. And I'm gonna art journal. And I think that that's exactly what I need right now in order to calm my nervous system down. It's so hot. There's like something leaking. I don't know what it is though. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby. I used to be nervous about filming out here, but now I'm like, okay, slowly getting a little comfortable. We're trying to move past the feeling. This is how I'm training myself to film outside, slowly, little by little. I'm kind of glad I came out here instead. I know for some it's just like it's literally your balcony, but I live in an apartment, so like there's other people that live here too. There's other people that walk by. I mean, I have neighbors upstairs. It can be overwhelming. So this is kind of like my first step of like me attempting something that I'm uncomfortable with, slowly me getting out of my comfort zone. But I'm glad I did this instead. It was enough for me to step outside of my comfort zone, but also not too overwhelming either, and it was doable, which is kind of like what my ADHD needs, because I tend to get task paralysis. So when things feel too overwhelming or too big, I will stop myself from doing whatever the task is because it's too overwhelming. But this was like right on the spot. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on how week 1 has been going. I think it's been very insightful to see how morning pages has actually helped me. And I say that because morning pages has honestly just been helpful in the sense that it's allowed me to declutter my thoughts. And that means that I actually have more space in my brain to focus on the things that I want to focus on instead of allowing my thoughts to kind of take control of the day. Sorry, there are like people outside. I'm still getting comfortable with filming in front of other people. I know I filmed the vlogs from last week. They were all from last week, but pretty much today's the last day of week 1, and today I get to do my check-in, and honestly it was very insightful. I did realize though that I am going to continue to share more of my journey on TikTok just because I feel like that's the more appropriate place to share it. And here I definitely just kind of want to stick to lifestyle and just sharing like my day-to-day, just sharing my journey as I work on myself, trying to like improve my habits and daily routine, and pretty much just sharing my journey in general, because that was kind of always my goal. And I feel like the moment that I kind of started to talk about the artist way, I kind of deviated from that. I definitely want to share more of my creative journey on here as well, but I'm going to share it in snippets rather than like that being the whole thing, as someone who's like very creative. And also not only that, but like I also want to share like other like all my hobbies that I have, from like reading to art journaling to like all of other different things. So this is probably going to be like the only artistly focused diaries. I'll probably make another video like once I am done with the 12-week journey, and so I think that seems a little bit more sustainable for me. I just in general, I feel like the artist way is going to help me a lot in the sense of at least rediscovering my inner artist and creative. I definitely want to use YouTube more as a channel where I can document my journey as a whole, as a person, not just for what I can create, but just in general. And I think that that's what I want to build my audience on, is like I'm allowed to be myself, because that's what I want to put out there as well. Like you are allowed to be yourself, and I think that that's something that's super important for me. I just think that that's like the best way to approach YouTube. Overall though, so far I feel like the book is just in general gonna be very helpful for me, but let's see how week 2 goes. But like I said, I am gonna be sharing all of it on TikTok. Let me know if you guys just overall like the video. I am gonna be doing another video towards the end of the journey, of the 12-week journey, because it's 12 weeks long. So I'm going to be doing another video towards the end once I'm done with the series. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think of the video. Overall, let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video next week. Bye!